Good morning. I'm up early this morning. That's because I'm getting ready to go over and babysit my grandkids so my daughter and son-in-law can have a little breakfast date going out this morning. Um, Yesterday I was again all about watching that snake. And if you look on my Facebook page, I don't know if I posted it on YouTube, but on my Facebook page, I've got a picture of, oh, by the way, this is Il Cafe again. I've got a picture. It's not all that clear, but you can sure tell when you look at it, of that snake. After they grab something or swallow something, because they disarticulate their jaws. Their jaw kind of comes apart so that they can, instead of just opening their mouths, let's see, like this, and eating something, they can actually go, the jaw bones come apart. So then they yawn to kind of snap them back together. Well, anyway, so before that happened, it was so neat watching that little snake. And then I left my camera out there like I do for, doing the birds, videoing the birds. And I went back through about, I don't know, hour and a half, can't remember, of video trying to see if I had caught the snake, grabbing anything. And I saw, and suddenly I didn't feel like the snake was such a benign character. It made it a little bit scary. And I tell you, so I know some people, they see even just a picture of the snake sitting there, or moving, or drinking water. It looks so cute, and it kind of grossed them out. I do understand, because yesterday, I decided I ought to clean my bird feeders, and one of them is a bird feeder that's made out of steel, and it has little windows so you can see the bird seed in there, but it's pretty much enclosed. And because of the rain we've had recently, I haven't gotten around to cleaning them as often as I might. Well, I opened that thing up, so it's about like the bottom maybe is that much surface area, and then it's about that high. I opened it up. Oh, even just remembering it gives me the heebie-jeebies. And it was full of grubs about that long. If you've ever had lawn problems, in your yard, and they say it's caused by grubs eating the roots of the grass or whatever, it needs to be warmed up a little bit. That's what these are like. And what they are is, they eventually grow into some sort of beetle or something like that. Well, anyway, just a second here. Okay. Anyway, there were hundreds and hundreds of them, seething and writhing, and oh my gosh, that grosses me out. In fact, normally, if it had been, let's say if it had been another snake in there, or, something interesting like that, that didn't move too fast, I would have rushed to get my phone to get a picture of it. The phone was inside the house, taking videos of me doing all this outside. I just dropped it on the ground, and I was so glad I was wearing gloves. And even when I rewatched the video, even though it was a little bit too far away from the phone to be in good focus. Well, like I said, even this morning, just thinking about it, it gives me the creeps. So yeah, I understand that a lot of people have been brought up to think that way about snakes. Some people have had experiences with them. And it is scary when there's a thing that can be so still and then all of a sudden you realize it's actually alive and it's something that could bite you, in a way, in a small way, and no pun intended. If a bee is flying around a lot of people, they go, ah, and they'd run, or they'd be still as a stone, in hopes that the bee would ignore it and just go on by. If a bee landed on you and you happen to look down and you see this thing either sitting on you or slowly crawling up your arm, let's say, most people now, maybe not you, but most people would not be happy because, first of all, they're thinking, bug on me, walking, up my arm. And then they're thinking, bee sting. And usually most people would have an emotional reaction to that. Some people that would lead immediately to, some people would be able to take some time to think, oh dear, what should I do? Some people would just probably stand there and watch it. I don't know, maybe you. Are you that kind of person? If it was a bee, actually, I don't like bugs on me, period. But the point is that we've learned to have emotional reactions to a lot of these kinds of things. Now, for example, my grandkids, fascinated by seeing the snake, and I got them up on the step ladder, far enough away that the snake couldn't strike them, and it wouldn't have any reason to. Sure, you never know what could happen. A snake could fall out of a tree onto you, for that matter. Also, could a piano. You've seen walking by an apartment house, somebody's moving a piano in and, through the windows. Anyway, anything could happen, right? But it was not likely that they were going to get bitten by a pretty docile kind of unexcitable type of snake. Some snakes are very excitable. Anyway, and like my friend's grandson was visiting her yesterday and she sent me a text, can, we come over so he can see the snake. Kids are usually really interested in these things because they haven't had a chance yet to develop, to take on all kinds of fears influenced by, movies, TV, other people, books, things like that. They have a natural curiosity. Oh, I'm just kind of really going off on this, aren't I? Well, you know what? Let me turn it into something that can be helpful for you. If you do have one of these irrational fears or a sort of over-the-top reaction to things, let me put it that way. An irrational fear might need counseling or psychiatric help to deal with it. But an over-the-top reaction, what are you barking at? Come here, Grayson. An over-the-top reaction you can learn to deal with. Oh, he's growling. He's growling at something out there. Let's see what it is. Okay, Grayson, stop. Here, let's turn this light on. And let's walk quickly over here. What do you see, boy? What's out here? Well, it might have been a possum, or it could have been a cat. Yeah, I don't see any. Oh, see that red one? That's the one that was full of the grubs. Anyway, okay. Grayson, come on, let's go eat your breakfast. Let's go get your breakfast, boy. Come on, buddy. Anyhow, this is turning into an interesting morning chat, isn't it? So anyhow, yeah, if you have an over-the-top reaction, you can work on it the same way, always talk about working on stuff. Stop. At least take one breath or a few breaths and think about the situation and make a choice. So, I just want to say, really jumping to another topic, I was looking for an inspirational quote for this morning, so I went to my little motivations app, and it had one line. It said, "Remember why you started." If you're doing something, whether are you on a diet, are you on a nutritional plan, a health, are you trying to do things for your health? Are you trying to get your finances in hand? Are you working on a project? Are you having trouble sticking with it? Or do you need some encouragement? Remember why you started. Sit down, think about it for a few minutes. That may help you to get going again. I'm going to drink my coffee. Oh, okay, Grayson is sitting there. Speaking of animals this morning. Do you want to go outside, buddy? Do you want to go outside? Huh? Okay, we'll go outside. Still short sleeve weather here. 69 out there this morning. Going to be up to the low 80s. Okay, I hope y'all up north. Well, what's the weather there? Gary, I see you're on. What's the weather up where you are? Sheila, where are you watching from? See, there may be other people, but I don't see any more names coming up. Listen. Start your morning off with something that makes you happy. Have a good day. Remember why you started.